Disney list has arrived, and this time around, it is all focused on the Disneyland Resort. Specifically, though, our favorite land inside the theme parks of the Disneyland Resort. Our favorite land between California Adventure or Disneyland. What land stands out most to us and why? Here with me today to talk about it, the Golden Goose Master Degree holding Garrett Hassel, alongside Tyler Crouch, Katrina Manzone, who are great in their own right.
That's right.
We don't
Master
have cool titles.
different stuff.
Not Master Golden Goose. Got to pay extra for that one, buddy.
That's for sure.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
I will enjoy it. Just like I enjoy going 1 for 1. Sorry, I'm 1 for 2 on trivia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
Right. And keep it rolling. But we're proud.
He's a master, ladies and gentlemen.
When it comes to trivia, that's for sure. But talking about favorite lands today, between both parks, the land that stands out to us the most, the land we love spending time in, we shall begin this discussion with Tyler Crouch.
Ooh.
Oh, I do declare.
Oh, Vapors.
I got the vapors. Well, I'm not going to say Galaxy's Edge.
What?
I had a feeling.
No, I thought about this one a little bit because, what exactly, am I judging everything on? Because obviously, are we going attractions? Are we going theming or story? It's like there's so many different levels to.
All of it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So I think some people may be surprised.
Your favorite child?
Yeah, how that's true.
Athletic ability, height, who gives best gifts?
Hair.
Oh. Dang.
Hairstyle. You'd win, Garrett, right?
Look at that hair.
I do. I'm also not. I'm an only child too. So
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're the winner and the loser then.
what? Why do you have to add the second word? Why can't you just...
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's because I feel like we're just having fun today.
We're starting off real.
We're just being real punchy
between us.
Yeah. This is a punchy new year for us. That's how I feel. Yeah. Pshaw.
Slappy.
Yeah. I think, people might be surprised by what I choose because the first thing I thought was like Cars Land because it's just so cool. I hate Cars, the movie. Like the movie's not good. But the movie's not good. But what's so cool about the land is it makes me like the movie and it makes me like the character.
Oh, now that's something interesting to say. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Cars Land was a thing that
Ka-chow.
and yeah. Look, can we start with how bad Lightning McQueen is as a character? Anyway, no, I don't want to. You're trying to derail me.
I'm not. I'm
then it's my fault. Okay. Anyway,
Compliment.
I
saying here.
want to say that I think it's Buena Vista Street for me.
Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah, and I really had to think about it for my whole shower today.
Wow.
And and I think that it's Buena Vista Street because it just, I don't know, it really reminds me of Hollywood Studios, and obviously, but just I feel like it's elevated. It's like an elevated entrance of Hollywood Studios, and kind of like the time as well. Like just it feels so cool being trapped in that kind of like 20s atmosphere. And even just, I think the stores are cool. Like you feel like you're walking in these old timey department stores, and I don't know, just the whole vibe. You're walking through, and Five and Dime is out there, playing some songs. They're coming down on the street on their little car. I kind of, I didn't love the Newsboys show, but I miss that. I'm sad it's gone though, because it really just made it feel like it was like another level of like, oh yeah, this is a living place, you know. And I mean the walk around characters are fun too. The only thing I don't like about the walk around characters is like I'll see like 2 cops sometimes. That's so weird.
Officer Calvin Blue and his brother.
They'll put out the 2. Yeah, why you do that? That's weird. That's weird, Disney. And they'll do it with the mail lady too and stuff, like 2 mail ladies.
I agree, it is weird.
It's weird. Why do you do that? Anyway, I don't mean to complain. And then on top of how cool it looks just year round, right? Like then Halloween comes through and makes that place look freaking crazy with the headless horseman out there and everything. And then the Christmas decorations. I mean, they all have that 20s vibe, and there's even like references to the old like Christmas cartoons and stuff, like with Mickey Mouse and the windows, and it's just so cool. And then the freaking crown jewel of Grand California is Carthay Circle. Like that, it's just the truth. It really go look at their marketing material. It's not the Bear Mountain anymore. They gave up on the Bear Mountain.
It is their castle.
Now it's Carthay Circle. Yeah. So
it's coming back on the merch.
And Carthay Circle is an amazing place to hang out at, but also they really kind of show you the Disney history with the Snow White and like last year they had like literally the Oscar that Walt won that had the little 7 Oscars on it to represent the 7 dwarfs and stuff. They literally had that, viewable at Carthay Circle. So I don't know. I think Buena Vista Street. I mean, can you name a better glow up than changing from what it was, Sunshine Plaza, to Buena Vista Street?
Hideous hubcap thing that you walked in and saw as the sun. That was.
I don't know what they were thinking. Oh well, I do, I guess, but they were trying to be cheap, bit them in the butt. Here we are, but maybe that should. You're kind of starting to get back to that. Don't let history repeat itself, Disney. Anyway,
we're looking at you, Michael Eisner.
But wow. Yeah, I'm going with Buena Vista Street.
Oh,
hello,
Michael.
Whoa,
hi, Michael.
Well, Buena Vista Street it is for you. Garrett, are you interested in bringing back the Golden Gate Bridge to California Adventure?
No, actually, I've been rewatching the Imagineering story, and they just did the whole, it looked cheesy, it looked cheap, it looked like a postcard. It was this fake California. So no, I do not miss the fake, stuff. The California letters I thought were cool, but now they're up at, State Fair. For me, this was pretty hard. I thought about some places in California Adventure. I thought about Cars Land 2 just because of how amazing it is, but didn't really do it for me. Thought about Grizzly Peak, but it's like I don't really have a deep attachment to it. And the thing that stuck out to me was Tomorrowland. It's the perfect place. I'm just kidding. No, never.
Sky.
For me, it
I was holding my giggle back when you said that because I was trying not to be rude. I was like, I'm not going to giggle.
No. Maybe in 300 years. But for me, Adventureland to me is just so perfect. Whether it's the morning, noon, or night, it feels so real. It feels like you're walking into this adventurous place. Yeah. And you've got Indiana Jones there, which fits everything. And you've got the treehouse that just got reimagined, and everything from like the road work to the sounds and the sights and just like the little markets. I've always found this place so aesthetically pleasing. And at nighttime when they have the torches lit up and it's just creating all these glows and all these mysteries, it's really cool. And then you hear the Indiana Jones Jeeps, and you hear the Jungle Cruise boats. Adventureland to me, it's just always been very. Yeah, like it's just a very happy area for me. Like I walk by and I'm just like, I'm in a good mood. I'm having a good time. And it has all these cool like little shops and everything like that. I really enjoy it. It's completely different than the one out at Disney World, which I think kind of is more carnival-y. This one feels like I'm in, East Asia. I'm in the deep jungles. I don't know what's around the corner. So for me, it's got to be Adventureland. I love it so much.
Good pick.
Carnival-y.
Word
of the day.
I kind of know what you mean by that though, because it does feel
Camel.
You're like more like at a bazaar,
totally
type of situation. It's more like a marketplace type of thing where I'm with you where I like my Adventureland to be like feeling like I'm out in the jungle.
The sign is completely different than the one out at Walt Disney World. This one looks like this was made by the local villagers. It wasn't made in a shop. It's made by local villagers.
They came together and hoisted it up. Oh, a marquee. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, sir. Adventureland. Katrina, a land between California Adventure and Disneyland that is your favorite.
Unlike Tyler, I'm going to say Galaxy's Edge.
I knew it.
Really?
I'm kidding. No.
Oh, I was shook.
No.
You can't see how hard I'm shaking my head.
See, this is hard because it's hard to choose like my favorite land because they all have their different qualities of how I feel that day, of where I want to be. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I love Fantasyland. Fantasyland's great, but if I have high anxiety that day, I don't want to be anywhere near it because that thing is a cluster F. Like, don't want it. Don't want to be near it. But I will say, like, to be honest, just it's not my favorite one, but I do really like the theming and everything. Is Avengers Campus. Like, I actually do enjoy it. I do like the music, like blasting over there, and it makes you feel like you're in part of the action and part of the stuff. And there's always something going on, a character walking by. There's like the little stunt show that's happening. There's Doctor Strange's like little area over there. And then they have like the food area and then like the little beer area. So honestly, you could grab something to eat, grab something to drink, sit down and just like listen to the music, feel the vibes and stuff, and then just see all the characters. And especially with like the Dora Milaje like kind of walking out and stuff and doing like their thing, and then they, you know, choose a little kid, and then they like, you just like look at, I don't know, just like that picks me up when they see like a little kid's face, just like, oh my God, I'm chosen. And then it's either like pure horror or pure excitement that they got chosen, and then they're just like in it. So yeah, I think Avengers Campus is like a really good place because it kind of like checks like all the marks of like good food, good vibes. It's like really fun to see. There's like characters walking around. Fantasyland does that too. I do love Fantasyland because I do love the characters walking around. I think that's like the most charming thing at Disneyland is like all of the cool characters running around because there's villains and there's princesses. And then so like I love like the little pieces that when you just like stare at stuff, you'll like notice new things like if you've never been before. So yeah, I don't know. It's
Avengers
hard.
Campus,
It's hard to choose.
I know what you mean by, you know, with so many atmosphere characters, it does feel like a very lived-in space.
Yeah.
It feels very active. It feels very engaging as a land. You know, I think that might be because it is sort of landlocked to a certain degree. I mean, it's such a small space by comparison of a lot of areas. And so with that, the overwhelming nature of sort of the entertainment added to the land makes it feel so radically different from everywhere else, and I love that. Because
and the ever-changing characters that they always have, it always just keeps it alive,
right?
You know, versus like you're kind of stuck when you're in a certain other area like Galaxy's Edge, where they don't have the music blasting, so you don't for me, like if they had Star Wars music blasting in Galaxy's Edge and they had an area where you're able to like sit, relax and enjoy stuff and like enjoy the vibe, and then having like some type of stunt show and stuff, it would have been a super successful land. And like, I'm not saying it's not a successful land, but it's not a place for me to go.
It's not
like, well, I mean,
I don't even mean
for
that.
tourists, it's a huge thing. Everybody wants to go. They want to build a lightsaber. They want to go to Oga's Cantina. And then that's the thing. It's for tourists.
It is a spectacle.
Yeah.
It is a spectacle for the eyes. And then once you walk through, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. I guess for someone like us, like annual pass holders, I choose these lands because it's something that I want to go back to.
Sure.
Galaxy's Edge, I'm like, oh no. I don't want to go all the way over there.
When I said that, I wasn't even meaning like from my opinion. I really think objectively that they have made a lot less money on it than they thought they were going to, and
I'm sure.
And that's why I'm saying it's a failure, because they didn't. I guarantee you, they did not meet their expectations. You know, when they built that thing. So, yeah, that's why I said it was a failure.
Can't cut corners, Garrett.
No
cutting corners.
Like Galaxy's Edge, that is probably the most iconic franchise of all time. Like everyone knows Darth Vader, everyone knows Star Wars. I like how Disneyland is doing a little bit more than Disney World, where you have all these characters from different shows, appearing, like, you know, such as Mando, or you know, like you have Grogu, and then they test out the little droids walking around. Like, that's good, but it's nothing like what was promised with all these new characters and aliens and all this stuff. I hope that in the future they do give it the sort of Avengers Campus treatment, where this is a Star Wars land where there's different eras of Star Wars that you can encounter, such as Darth Vader one day, Kylo Ren the next, or, you know, let's see Mando, or just the shows popping up here and there. I would love like an Obi-Wan Darth Vader sort of duel thing. Ooh. But yeah, Galaxy's Edge leaves a lot to be desired. It looks cool, but then once you come to your senses, you're like, it's missing something, and that it's trying to be a living land, but it's not alive.
Yeah. I think it'd be really cool if they had
And
different music in different spots. Like that would be
Yeah.
like having like the relaxing music over by Rise of the Resistance, because it is a very open, wide area, and then you have to walk to Hungry Bear. So it's like this big, long walk of silence.
It is very quiet. But
And
weird.
so like if they had like some like relaxing, I mean, John Williams created the entrance music as you barely walk
Yeah.
under a railway, and that is it.
It's
Done.
an amazing score. It's a great score. For me, when I go on the Millennium Falcon, why is Han Solo
Why are you
not
going there in the
greeting
first
me
place?
himself? well, no, but like if it was Han Solo versus Hondo Ohnaka,
Sure.
completely different. But Han Solo, he's my boy. He's a scruffy looking nerf herder.
Yeah,
And,
I think I'm torn on stuff like that because, think about Captain Rex, for example. We all love Captain Rex, but he was never in any Star Wars movies. But I think, I think it just has to be a great character. And I don't know. I feel like maybe Hondo is not a great character, but you're right. So I'm torn on, I would love them to have new characters. I don't want everything to be like, oh, yeah, it's IP. Just put Han Solo in it.
Don't overthink it. Just do it. Why the hell were they doing like different Lokis every week? Because of the show. Don't overthink it. They just like
Yeah.
literally just threw a new Loki in because of the show, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And I even was that way too. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
it's
my god,
thrilling.
this is really cool."
Yeah.
And then don't
Yeah.
overthink it. Doesn't need to have a storyline. You just
Yeah.
throw them in
Yeah.
there and then let them be their character.
Yeah, well, I think they tried in the beginning. They were like, we want to set this,
I know.
in this time period. And now we've realized, I think everybody agrees now that it's not working. So the next best thing now is just like throw everything in there, just like Avengers. It doesn't have to be like and honestly too, everybody goes, well, it's a comic book. There's like the multiverse. And so it makes more sense. I'm like, dude, that's such a silly explanation for anything. Like, it's the multiverse, like,
And the
so
parks you want to meet all these characters. You don't necessarily like. Sure, you want to go to the world, but you'd rather interact with them. Like, I want to see R2D2 and BB-8 rolling around because I like both of them. Like, if Jar Jar Binks pops up, once in a blue moon, that'd be crazy.
Oh my
man, I think if Jar Jar Binks was there, I
That
think
would
people
be
would actually
crazy.
like it. I think people would flip out, actually.
I could see
I want
that.
Jar Jar Binks and Darth Maul to meet.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
That'd be really cool to
There's
have a
an
Darth
adventure.
Maul walking around.
Well,
Spooky.
those are our
Favorite places.
favorite lands. Didn't mean to go diagnosing a land that isn't up to par, but we want to know.
I think we all just felt that needed to be said because it was
Because it could have been.
because it had such potential.
All the
Because
potential in the world.
Anyway,
Sorry.
let's
We're
move on.
positive people. I swear.
Tyler's TED Talk begins directly after this show. You are welcome to tune in and hear from him directly about the pros and cons of the Star Wars franchise and Disney parks. He's very passionate.
I do get worked up about it. I'm not,
Do you?
it's just the truth.
Do you?
Because I don't understand Disney. You're throwing away. You're taking gold and tossing it into the ocean. Like,
It's the truth. Yes. Well,
So Titanic.
Buena Vista Street, Avengers Campus, Adventureland. Some of our favorites when it comes to the best lands between Disneyland and California Adventure. What are yours? Do you have a particular land you love to spend time in? Are there reasons why? Please share it with us down in the comments.